Hello dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to have a look on the new topic of your 11th week. That is the uses of past perfect. Now let's have a look at what are the basic uses of past perfect and where do we use especially this kind of perfect tense in the past time. Now first of all we have to see that what is the specific definition, what is the specific use of your past perfect. Now we use past perfect actually takes place before another past action. Means whenever there are two kinds of past tenses, the first action which takes place before or which takes place first, then we have to give the past perfect. Now this past sentence would be or which comes first or which comes before the another past. Now this past would be your past perfect, and the remaining action which comes later on, then this would be your past simple tense. Here, so I'm just trying to tell you once again the action which comes first or which comes before. So this past would be your past perfect, and the action which comes at the last or at the second, then this action or this tense would be your past simple tense. Clear? Now the example is given. I noticed that he had left his books behind. Now we have to see that which action has come first. Now if we see that this sentence, he had left his books behind. Now this sentence, comes first or has come first. So this would be your past perfect because now the action is done before and later on the fellow person has noticed or I noticed myself because not the notice has been done later on, means the first action has been done before. Then we see the notice. Clear? So the second sentence I noticed, then this would be your past simple. Clear? And he had left his books behind. Now this becomes past perfect. Clear? Now we have different some sort of past perfect uses. Now let's have a look. Now we use past perfect to describe an action finished before another past action. Now, as I already gave you the example that whenever we have got the two past tenses, then the first action, first sentence, which is done, which is completed before, then this would be your past perfect. And the action or the sentence or the tense which comes at the second or at the last, then this would be your past simple. Now the example is given. Richard had given divorce to his wife before she came. Now, before her arrival in the office or in the home, Richard had already given her divorce. Clear? Means the divorce, yeah, had been given by Richard already. Means this action, this sentence has been completed before her wife came. Clear? So that's why whenever we have got the two past sentences, and the action which is are the sentence which comes first. Now this sentence would be your past perfect, and the second sentence would be your past simple. Now we use past perfect to describe cause and effect, especially with the past simple. I got stuck in traffic because there had been an accident. Now we have to see that whenever we have got the cause and effect. Now, as we know, the cause shows the reason and the effect shows the result. Whenever we have got the two sentences of past, then first would be your past simple, and the result, uh, and the second would be your, especially your past perfect. Let's suppose now if you see that as usual, the reason or cause comes first, later on the effect or the result comes later on. Clear? So the first one, that is your that there had been an accident. Clear? Because this action has been done before. Then the fellow person was in the traffic. Now he was engaged. He was busy in yes. He was busy in traffic. So that's why this sentence comes at the last. So this becomes the past simple. Past simple. And the action which has been done or which has been completed before. So this would be your past perfect. Now example is given. there had been an accident. Now the accident, this accident, this reason, this is the cause. Now the second sentence of your past perfect, this is the cause. So as we know, the cause always comes first, then effect comes later on. So that's why the cause is your past perfect, which comes before, and the result, this would be your past simple. And the third one, that is your we use past perfect to describe an action that happened before a specific time in the past. Clear? Now the example is given. I think from example, your concept will be clear that Asif had been to campus before a pandemic situation of Corona in March. Means before March, before March, the Asif was especially in the campus. Likewise, in January, in February, the presence of Asif was especially in January, February. Now before March, the action has been done by the Asif to be in the campus. So that's why the first sentence would be your past perfect. The second would be your, the past simple. Likewise, if I just give the example, or if I just elaborated it, that Asif had been to campus before pandemic situation of Corona in March came. So this would be the second sentence. Clear? And the first sentence will be your past perfect, and the second sentence will be your past simple. Now the fourth one that we use past perfect to describe an action or that action is started in the past and continued up to a given time in the past. Now means there is a specific action, means there is action which started in the past and continued up to a specific time, up to a given or specific or particular time in the past. Now, if you just see the example, I had owned that car for 10 years before it broken down. Now means there is a person, or you can say that there is example of Salman Khan that this fellow person has or had owned that car for 10 years. Means this 10 years is basically the specific timing. This is specific, or you can say the given timing for that period that I had on that car. Clear? So this becomes what? This becomes a specific or given time, and which is in the past before it broken down. So this becomes the past simple. Clear? I had that car for 10 years. Now this is the action which starts or which is started, in the past. Now this is the for 10 years. This is the past timing. Clear? This is a past timing that the fellow person had on that car and continued up to given time in the past. Now, what is the given time? If you see before it broken down, means before it breaks down or before it broken down, the fellow person had you can say that fellow person had owned that car for 10 years. Means the action is already done before another action is done. Clear? This fellow sentence, the first sentence is taking place before. Then suddenly the car broken down. Clear? So this is all about today's lecture. If you have any kind of question, so you can ask me after watching this PPT video. Thank you.